Right now, you're feeling it. Every trip to the grocery store costs more. Every utility bill feels heavier. Rent, gas, prescriptions, insurance, food. It's all stacking up. And if you or someone in your family depends on Social Security, that monthly check isn't just income anymore. It's survival, it's medication, it's keeping the lights on, it's groceries on the table, it's peace of mind. And as January 2026 approaches, millions of Americans are asking the same urgent question. When exactly is my money coming, and will it be delayed? Because one missed or late payment doesn't just cause inconvenience. It creates panic. It creates overdraft fees. It creates skipped prescriptions. It creates stress that follows you into every part of your day. You're not alone in this. Seniors, retirees, disabled Americans, survivors, families helping aging parents. This touches real lives, real kitchens, real medicine cabinets, and real bank accounts. And today's update is not just another headline. This is information that directly affects your calendar, your bills, your budgeting, and your peace of mind. Here's the main problem. January payment schedules can shift because of holidays, banking processing times, and how the Social Security Administration structures its distribution system. That means some people may see their money earlier than expected, while others could experience confusing delays that create anxiety and uncertainty. And when you don't know exactly when your deposit will hit, every decision feels risky. Do you pay that bill now? Do you wait? Do you stretch groceries one more week? That uncertainty weighs heavy. But here's where it gets important and powerful. Understanding the payment structure gives you control. It helps you plan. It protects your wallet. And yes, there's a wait for it moment coming that could affect millions of households in ways most people don't realize yet. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could help you avoid stress, fees, and financial surprises in January 2026. Mini summary. Your Social Security check isn't just money, it's stability. January timing matters more than ever. Let's break it down together. How Social Security payments actually work, the foundation you need. Before we talk about January 2026 specifically, you need to understand how Social Security payments are normally scheduled, because this is where most confusion starts. Social Security does not send everyone their money on the same day. Instead, payments are distributed based on your birthday and the type of benefit you receive. If you receive retirement, disability, or survivor benefits, your payment usually arrives on one of 3 Wednesdays each month. If your birthday falls earlier in the month, you're paid earlier. If it falls later, you're paid later. That system keeps millions of payments organized and prevents banking overload. Meanwhile, Supplemental Security Income, known as SSI, usually arrives on the first day of the month. But if that date falls on a weekend or holiday, the payment typically arrives earlier. That's good news sometimes, but it can also create confusion because 2 payments may appear close together or far apart, depending on the calendar. This is where people often feel like something is wrong when it's actually just scheduling mechanics. Now add in federal holidays, bank processing delays, and weekends. Suddenly, the timeline shifts. Deposits can post earlier or later, depending on how your bank handles transactions. Some banks release funds immediately, others hold them for processing. That difference alone can make neighbors receive their money on different days, even though the payment was sent at the same time. Here's the main problem. When January arrives, the holiday season just ended, banks are catching up, and financial systems reset for the new year. That creates the perfect storm for confusion, delays, and misinformation online. You may hear rumors that checks are late or missing when the truth is more technical and less dramatic, but still critical for your budgeting. Impact? When people don't understand the system, anxiety spreads fast, families panic, bills get delayed, trust breaks down, and scammers take advantage of that fear by spreading fake payment alerts. That's why knowing the structure protects you. Wait for it, because January 2026 has calendar patterns that could shift timing for millions of Americans, depending on benefit type and banking behavior. That's coming up next. Mini summary. Social Security runs on a structured schedule. Birthdays, benefit types, banks, and holidays all matter. Why January is always a high-risk month for confusion and delays. January isn't just another month on the calendar. Financially, it's a reset button for the entire system. New budgets start. Banks update systems. Government departments process annual changes. And households are already stretched from holiday spending, heating bills, and medical expenses that spike during winter. That's why even a small delay in a Social Security deposit can feel massive emotionally and financially. Here's the main problem. January often includes New Year's holiday closures, weekend overlaps, and banking backlogs. When federal offices are closed even briefly, processing timelines shift. That doesn't mean your money disappears, but it may arrive on a slightly different day than you're used to. If you're counting on that deposit for rent, utilities, or groceries, even a one-day delay can trigger overdrafts or late fees. The impact goes beyond numbers. It affects sleep. It affects stress levels. It affects how secure you feel in your daily life. Seniors may delay prescriptions. Families may stretch food. Caregivers may scramble to cover shortfalls. That emotional toll matters. And here's where misinformation spreads fast. Social media posts claiming payments stopped or checks canceled go viral every January. People panic before verifying facts. Scammers send fake texts pretending to be government agencies asking for personal information. Fear becomes profitable for bad actors. But wait for it. There's also a hidden upside that many people miss. Depending on how the calendar aligns, some beneficiaries may actually receive payments earlier than expected. That can help with budgeting if you're prepared. Knowing what to expect allows you to plan instead of panic. Mini summary. January creates financial pressure, system shifts, and misinformation, but knowledge gives you control. What payment dates really mean for your bank account. When people hear payment date, they assume that's the day money shows up in their account automatically. But that's not always how banking systems work. The Social Security Administration sends payments electronically to banks. Then each bank processes those funds on its own timeline. Some banks release funds instantly, others wait until overnight processing clears. Credit unions may operate differently than large banks. That's why two people with the same benefit type can see deposits on different days. Main problem. People blame Social Security when the delay actually happens inside the banking system. That creates unnecessary fear and frustration. Impact. You might call the wrong agency, wait on hold, or worry all day when the money is already queued for release. Meanwhile, automatic payments might still try to pull funds early. Wait for it. Understanding your bank's processing rules is just as important as knowing the government schedule. If your bank posts deposits early, you might consistently receive funds sooner than the official date. If your bank posts later, you may need a small buffer in your budgeting. Mini summary. Payment date and deposit date are not always the same. Your bank plays a major role. SSI vs retirement. Why your benefit type changes everything. If you receive SSI, your payment usually arrives at the start of the month unless adjusted for weekends or holidays. If you receive retirement, survivor, or disability benefits, your payment is tied to your birth date and arrives mid-month. That difference alone explains why neighbors receive checks on different schedules. Main problem. Many households receive more than one type of benefit, which can create overlapping deposits or long gaps between payments. That can confuse budgeting if you're not tracking carefully. Impact. Families sometimes overspend early, assuming another deposit is coming soon, only to realize the next payment is weeks away. Wait for it. January calendar shifts can magnify this effect and make the gap feel even longer or shorter, depending on timing. Mini summary. Your benefit type controls your schedule, and knowing yours helps prevent surprises. Holidays, weekends, and why they shift your money. Federal holidays, close processing systems. Weekends, slow banking transfers. When those collide near the start of a month, deposits often move earlier. That's usually good news, but it can also mean longer gaps before the next deposit. Main problem. People celebrate early deposits without realizing the next payment might feel late simply because of spacing. Impact. Budgeting mistakes happen when timing isn't understood. Wait for it. January's calendar alignment could create unusual spacing patterns for some households. Mini summary. Early deposits don't mean extra money. They just change timing. Bank holds, mobile alerts, and false alarms. Sometimes your bank receives funds but doesn't post them immediately. App notifications may lag. That creates panic when balances don't update instantly. Main problem. People assume funds are missing when they're simply pending. Impact. Stress spikes unnecessarily. Wait for it. Checking transaction history instead of balance often reveals pending deposits. Mini summary. Pending doesn't mean missing. Scams spike during payment confusion. Whenever confusion rises, scams follow. Fake texts, calls, and emails pretend to offer payment fixes or verification. Main problem. Fear lowers defenses. Impact. Personal data theft and financial loss. Wait for it. Government agencies never ask for sensitive info through texts or calls. Mini summary. Protect your information. How to prepare your budget for January shifts. Build a small buffer. Delay non-urgent spending. Monitor bank alerts carefully. Main problem. Tight budgets leave no margin. Impact. One delay causes a domino effect. Wait for it. Even a $50 buffer reduces stress dramatically. Mini summary. Small planning creates big peace of mind. What to do if your payment doesn't arrive. Wait 1 business day. Check bank processing. Confirm schedule. Avoid panic. Main problem. Immediate fear causes rash actions. Impact. Unnecessary stress and wasted time. Wait for it. Most missing payments resolve within 24 hours. Mini summary. Patience plus verification works. How families can support each other during timing gaps. Communication helps. Shared budgeting helps. Planning together reduces fear. Main problem. Silence increases stress. Impact. Families feel isolated instead of supported. Wait for it. Teamwork reduces financial pressure. Mini summary. You're stronger together. Why staying informed saves you money. Accurate info prevents fees, panic, and scams. Main problem. Misinformation spreads faster than facts. Impact. Bad decisions multiply. Wait for it. Knowledge is financial protection. Mini summary. Stay informed. Stay calm. January spacing may feel longer between deposits for some households depending on calendar alignment and bank processing. Planning ahead matters. Main problem. Unexpected gaps, strain budgets. Impact. Stress increases if unprepared. Wait for it. Awareness turns stress into control. Mini summary. Timing awareness is power. What this means for your future financial confidence. Understanding systems builds confidence. You stop reacting emotionally and start planning strategically. Main problem. Fear keeps people stuck. Impact. Confidence improves quality of life. Wait for it. Small knowledge compounds over time. Mini summary. Confidence grows from clarity. Your Social Security check isn't just a deposit. It's your independence. It's your dignity. It's your stability. Knowing when it arrives, why delays happen, and how to protect your budget gives you power in a world that often feels uncertain. January 2026 doesn't have to surprise you. You now understand the system, the risks, the timing factors, and how to stay calm and prepared. If this video helped you feel more confident about your money, your family, and your future, make sure you stay connected. Subscribe for ongoing updates, practical explanations, and real-world financial clarity. Share this with someone who depends on Social Security. You could save them stress, fees, and sleepless nights. Because staying informed isn't optional anymore, it's protection for your wallet, your peace of mind, and your future.